Yes, yes. Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for joining us another beautiful Monday. And we are so excited to be here again with you with another guest. Yes, I'm here with African Women in Trade, and I can see some of you excited. They are with me here today. We are early birds. Normally, we have our African Women in Trade in the afternoon, in the evening, but today we have it a little bit in the daytime so that we can accommodate our guests. So grateful to have you here because our topic today is a topic you want to know. You have some of you who drink coffee. They should know about what I'm talking about here, and it's why Africa should own its own coffee by adding value. And my guest is already here. And some of you who don't know me, my name is Joy Zenz. I'm the founder of African Women in Europe, and I'm also the founder of African Women in Trade. And we are here to empower women doing great work in Africa, in doing amazing work. And you can also find us as well on our platform, which is African Women in Trade. And all this, you can find that on our website to get to know about us. And today we launch our membership, so don't be surprised if you are confronted with membership. This is something that we have started because we want to empower women and the right women who can really bring you value and business into your country, and you can also do trading. So I'm so happy to have my guest here. She's already set, and I can't wait to have her here with me. Hello, Eva.
Hi.
Can you hear as well?
Yes, I can. This is very exciting. Thank you very much, Joy. You're just as joyful as your name, and I'm happy to be here. Great.
We are happy to have you here as well. Apparently, I can hear you very low, but I'm going to raise my to raise to see whether it's also more for my side. Probably you're fine on your side. That's perfect. I'll just listen in. Welcome, everyone. Let us know whether you can hear as well. We have a chat. I can see some few people saying hello there. Welcome, Cassandra, welcome. Hello, welcome. As I can see, Delphi is here as well. Welcome. And let us know where you're listening us from. It's all about trading. Let's know whether you can hear as well so that we can also get you engaged. This is an engagement discussion here because this is a big topic we are bringing for you here. And Eva is going to take us through all the discussions for today. But before we get to the main topic and everything else, and allow other people to also put your comments, tell us, who is Eva Muthuuri? Who is she, and where is she from, and where is she staying?
All right, great. My name is Eva Muthuuri. I am from Kenya, the beautiful country of Kenya in East Africa. I live in Nairobi, the capital city. I was born in a coffee farm in Meru, and I work a lot to bring the Meru coffee beans to the world, as along with other coffee beans from farmers in Africa, farmers in Kenya. I'm a mom of three daughters, very beautiful ones, who are in school as we speak. And yeah, so great to be here, really. Thank you very much.
I'm honored to have you here as well, and I'm happy to hear you're coming from Meru because I also have a little bit of blood on me from Meru as well. My mother
Nice.
is from there. It's good to see it's a small world, well connected as well. So thank you for
Yes.
being here with us today. And I'm so grateful for you having the chance as an African woman in trade. You have been in trade for a long, long time. And if you are here and you can see this, share with your friends because this is a very important discussion. I know so many of you will join us much later because you're all busy at work. Business women are very busy. I understand that, but please share with this. We are also on YouTube. If you're also listening us from YouTube, you're welcome. We are great to have you here. Ask your questions as well. And we are also on different Facebook places as well. So for now, I'm just going to go on and ask and go on with the first question for today, as we want to get to know you. How can one enhance trade as a woman? I know you have been doing trade for a long time, and you have been quite really a deeper, and as you said, you have done it for so many years. How is it to be a woman in the trade industry?
Great, thank you. Just to let you know that I run Eva's Coffee. You can see our logo at the back there. And I also am a co-founder of ENK International Coffee Company. When there is the bright side of being a woman in trade, and there is also a tough side to it. The great side of it is that you have a lot of control over your time. You can schedule your time, you can schedule your appointments, but when the business grows, it begins to schedule your life. It begins to schedule your appointments. So there is two sides of the same coin. At the beginning, you have a lot of control over your time. As the business grows, it begins to control your time. But this is the point where you know you must grow the business and delegate a lot of the functions. I also want to acknowledge my cousin Evans, who's watching from Abu Dhabi. Asante Evans Mutuma. Yeah. And so therefore, it is wonderful. You get to control your time. You get to set yourself targets for what you want to earn. So if you see a nice car, you tell yourself in the next this period of time, I want to own the same. Sometimes it is tough. Maybe business is not coming through. As a woman, you need to have several other sources of income. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, because if that basket falls, it won't be fun. Sometimes you lose the way, you lose your money. So you need to be thinking in very broad ways. How do I mitigate risk? So risk management is the one thing that keeps you awake at night. And once you figured out how to block that, how to put some of your savings, when you make a huge profit, put away in stocks, put away in bonds. We were talking about treasury bonds with Joy yesterday. Put it away for a rainy day. Because in business, one thing that's going to happen, there will be a rainy day. And so you need to be ready for that. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, I thank you for that, because some of us who have been putting eggs basket, and we are very good as women to do so many things, and
Yes.
that fits quite well in that discussion. And for those who are listening, thank you for joining. Join in the discussion. Feel comfortable to join in. Share with your friends. And the discussion is open for you as well. You can ask any questions as we are going through the discussions. Feel ask your question or your chat and contribute in whichever way, because this is an engagement, because I was sure so many people are very interested in this area of trade. And and I'm here representing the African women in trade, as well as women in Europe who would like to get to venture themselves into this market. The Africa Continental Free Trade Area has been opened, the women have been put on the spot, and that's where now we are coming in. So where do we start as a woman? And before I go to the next question, let me focus still on the women part. How is the trade here? Is it male dominated or very much female, to also encourage our women? Because sometimes when you think about trade right now, it's also a lot of work to do with it. You think about having, if it's, let's say coffee now, if it's to do with coffee, you imagine you'll have to get all these bags. Imagine, am I going to be carrying this? Am I going to be doing all this? Sounds very much male activity, and in terms of volumes and movement of running. And how is it in terms of to encourage women in trade? Are there so many women doing trade?
Oh, women are always trading. You're always the one making decisions of what to buy in the household. So let's start from a position that women are in trade anyway, by virtue of their role. They buy the food, they buy the everything. And if there's something to dispose, it's always the women. Now, the thing is to break the ceiling of informality, because we are doing all these businesses in an informal setups. So when you are locked under a glass of informality, you do not access resources like banking. You're excluded from banking. Women are excluded from supportive structures like training, like what Joy is doing, So there is value. The first thing a woman in trade or in business should think about is how to get formal, how to formalize, how to be bankable, so that you are included. So you're not doing business from a position of exclusion. Yes, coffee is a male-dominated crop. And there is a lot of how do you say, you have to love what you do. I grew up in a coffee farm, and I went back after 25 years in the health sector. I went back to coffee because of the deep love I have for my people. And I knew in the 70s, in the 80s, coffee paid our school fees, coffee did everything for us. And then at some point, it just stopped being our favorite cash crop. So I am on an odyssey to return coffee to its place, but put it in the hands of the women. And I like telling people we gave the men the chance to run coffee and they ran it down. Now put it in the hands of the women.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And there is a beautiful thing about Kenyan coffee. The head of the coffee board of Kenya is a woman, Isabella Nkonge. The head of the Coffee Development Fund, or the Commodities Fund, is a woman, Madam Nancy Cheriot. Just until she retired, the head of the cooperative movement in Kenya was a woman, Madam Mary Mungai. So you can see that in Kenya, coffee is getting into the hands of us women who are telling the men, sasa songeni mukae kando, watch how it is done. And so there is a lot of
I
girl
like
power
that.
going down in the Kenyan coffee sector. So come down here, join us if you are up to it. Let's take over. Yeah,
I
let's take
like
over.
that. I like that the women are leading already in the coffee industry, and I could not even figure it out because
Yes,
how the women cannot be part of the business sector, especially with trading, because they're very. It's in our blood. It's in our energy. We were brought up with this, as you said, from our family. We were brought up through businesses. That's what made us go to school. Some of us, right? And
yes,
agriculture was the main thing. It doesn't have to be with coffee. There's so many activities. So women out there, if you're thinking of going to trading, and we have the platform for you, the African Women in Trade. We have actually been launched for almost 2 months now, almost
yes,
2 months, but we are moving very fast as we
yes.
speak right now. We have over 3,000 women already engaging in so many ways of trading, and we want to make sure that you trade with the right people. So every Monday we are here representing
Great.
you, somebody who is doing amazing work. And today's topic was coffee, and we have here Eva. Eva, she's doing amazing. She's gonna tell us more because she's just not doing trading, and that's where we're gonna go straight to that. This is an engagement discussion. Ask your questions as we are going on now or later, and we'll be following up because we really want to get to know about trading and how you can get into. As you had, you need to inform yourself. There is a lot of trainings in any sector you want to go in, and there's so much being offered at the moment for women. And we share all this all the time. And if you're interested in the coffee area, I'll tell you, coffee, you need to learn a lot. That's not the only coffee we drink at home. And I have to go back to the also thinking about coffee again, because today is about coffee. Some and before I go to your product, just the idea of how important coffee has been in the Europe Europe world compared to the continent. I know I've been brought up with a coffee family. I mean, I remember harvesting the beans, but we were not supposed to drink this coffee. It was supposed to be somewhere else. It was not something that it was meant for us to drink. And come back to that history, thinking about, okay, so why did we not drink the coffee? Why is it not coffee our normal cup of tea? I know it's getting modern now, and me coming to Europe, I drink coffee every day. And why I drink coffee is because the machine is so easy to just press the button and take coffee. And I had issues in the beginning to take coffee. My heart was really like bumping very hard, very energetic. It depends what kind of person you are. So
Yes.
how did we really miss to have like the continent embracing the part of the coffee, and as well as having it owning the branding? Because today's topic is about adding value. Why did we not add value? Because all we used to do is to harvest it and dry it and put it in bags, and it was gone. So how did we get there, and why did we not add value in the when you were those days at that time?
Yeah, that's a very important question, Joy, because it is a structural construct of colonialism. As I sit here, I will tell you, to be able to get my product on the market, I had to go, or in Kenya, you have to go through 125 steps, 53 laws, and 17 licenses. That immediately tells you that the structural barriers are, we inherited them from the colonial rule. And somebody needs to sit down and say, hey, wait, guys, why can't we? The question you're asking is very important. Why can't we make it easy? When I'm exporting green beans to Europe, I export to Poland and Norway and so on, it is tax-free. Now, when I send Eva's coffee, because some people tell me I don't want green beans, create the jobs in Africa, give our young people that job to roast and pack and everything, I will pay taxes from here to Timbuktu. It is damn expensive. I'll pay 16% VAT. I'll pay, I will pay and pay and pay. So the structure that we inherited in the Constitution and all the other laws, Crops Act and so on, were crafted to stop us from adding value. But now that we have this wave of energy that's coming up in our generation that was educated with coffee, and we've gone out to other sectors and done our work and come back home to roost, I think we will be seeing, and we are going to see a lot of changes. They won't be overnight, but it will be a conversation that should be kept alive. And those in the diaspora, when you come home, you need to ask certain questions. Recently, I was drafted into something called the End Malaria Council that is chaired by the head of state in Kenya as the chair of the AU, African Union, African Leaders Malaria Lands. And he wants to build manufacturing hubs of malaria products here in Kenya. Where are we importing bed nets? Where are we importing doom when we are growing pyrethrum? And I had a conversation with him and I was saying, Your Excellency, look, the laws are not friendly to a small scale or even they just favor the multinationals, people with money and legal departments to control the 53 laws and another one to do the research for the 125 steps. People don't even know those 125 steps exist. I just documented them as I went along and I said, oh my God, look, I registered, I did my, police clearance. I did my anti-corruption clearance. I did my bank loan clearance. I cleared with KEFIs. I cleared with KRA before you could get the license. And then now you start the process of branding and roasting. And so you really work very hard. The laws are unfriendly. But we need to say enough is enough, Joy. And the women in Europe, the African women traders in Europe, we need to say enough is enough. We produce, and you are the distribution mechanism. Because once you distribute that cup of coffee, that pack of coffee, there is a woman somewhere, a family back home that is going to be smiling because of you. Can you imagine the immense impact that you will have from selling 1 kilo, 2 kilos, 10 kilos, 1,000 kilos? Many people will be smiling. Many people will be given back the dignity to be able to pay their own bills, small bills, hospital bills, school fees bills. Just put money in people's hands. Kenyans and Africans are happy to work. We are a hard-working race. All we need to do is get well remunerated. And then we get our dignity back. And we are able to sit across a table and trade as equals with the world. This is what this conversation is about. Yes, Joy. Congratulations on getting this wonderful platform up and running. The energy, we're with you, Joy. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much for that. I can see I just can't imagine how many licenses. You just said how many licenses because I was trying to write them. Was it how many licenses?
There were 17 licenses, yes.
17 licenses and the 25 steps.
125.
Oh, even 125. honestly,
Yes,
how long will you make it to? This has to be changed. Definitely. These are the issues we as African women trade, we want to put on the table when we go to the policy makers and ask them, you want
exactly.
the women to be on to go into trade. You have opened Africa Continental Free Trade Area. These are the steps you're giving us. How can you really make sure that we have these licenses reduced in a way that they can work, and that the way that we can be able to start doing business? Because if you're having Africa Continental Free Trade Area, and I have to say, when you think about export and import, especially here in Europe, you still have other licenses on these sides as a
Yes,
distributor and as a
yes,
supplier. I had,
yes,
I think, the 64, I remember, because I was
yes,
interested to join into that area. And they're also
yes,
very expensive. They're very expensive. Only
yes,
very few people are able to manage this. And that's why we find that it's sort of like, I call it like a mafia thing. So it's very hard for new people to get started, because you'll
mhm,
never be able to even compete with the prices as well. So
yeah,
there is a lot to be changed, and we need to keep talking. And thank you for sharing that with us, because it's so important, so that the women can, whoever want to go into trade, can be aware what is there and why we are here, forming ourselves as an organization, African Women in Trade, bringing these issues on the table, because that is my wish, that things are changed towards the women, so that we can, because I don't see myself following 125 steps. Oh my gosh, how long did it take? It takes so many years.
yeah. Sorry, it took. I started in 2013. I brought my product to the market in 2015, and I was working day and night, and I was
And the
resourced.
process is in
Yeah,
Kenya, I
and
can imagine, was not easy as well.
it
So
wasn't, but
let's talk about, now that you're bringing the next topic, because let's talk about now your product, the value added product. You said you're done with exporting things around to Europe. I want to prepare my product already set. Eva's Coffee. I love your logo. Some of you have not seen her logo. It's really pretty logo, Eva's Coffee. And you can also check on it on her website, which I'm going to share with you right now, so that you can have a look at her product. She's ready to sell, and she's gonna tell us a bit about her Eva. So it's a very pretty, a very pretty way of doing it. And I'm seeing more and more women are getting into this area of getting their brands out, and with their logos and in their name. So tell us a little bit, if you have a chance to tell us about how you manage to have your own product, the Eva's Coffee, and how you manage to add it, how you manage to add the value. Share
yes.
with us your experience and why it's important to add value to our African products, which we just talked about it. But tell us more about your experience, and also how is your Eva's Coffee.
Great. Thank you for that question. It is a creative. After you've done your 125 steps, now you get to the juicy part of it. You get to the juicy part of it where you now the creativity comes out. What is your brand essence? What do you want the world to think about when they see your product? And you go into a lot of questions. You look at what is Starbucks doing, what is Java doing, what is whoever else is a giant in the industry, what are they communicating? When you see, like if you see at the back there, you see the C is very elegantly, elegant. And so you're communicating elegant. Women, are very elegant. And Eva may be my name, but it's also incidentally the name of the first woman in the Christian biblical,
Ah,
history.
okay.
And so Eva's Coffee, I wanted to call it Eve's Coffee, and then my mom said, "Oh, but when I called you Eva, I thought it was the most beautiful name in the world." So to honor my mother, I said, "All right, we will call it Eva's Coffee." But really, it is more Eve's Coffee, the first woman in the Garden of Eden. If you remember and I think many religions, even Islam, have Awa and so on. And the creativity beat came, and we put the name, and we got several logos. There was, so you're always wondering, do I talk about environment? Do I talk about the women? Do I talk about poverty, or what do I talk about? So
Let me share
we
with them that Eve Coffee, your
that
logo,
gives,
so that they
yeah.
can see that.
Yeah, so we want to communicate elegance. You're drinking a nice cup, holding it china, really pretty there, and you're gonna be nourished. There are 17 health benefits to having a cup of coffee every day. That's why, Joy, you look 16 still.
Oh, okay.
When you
Tell.
have coffee, yeah, and the beauty with adding value to our own African products is that we create jobs for the farmers, for the warehousemen, for the roasters, for the grinders, for the packaging companies. So if you export green commodity coffee to Europe, for instance, Middle East, you're creating jobs there. But if you produce here, you are creating jobs here and reducing poverty and giving people a dignity. So that is one important thing for people to put in mind when they want to be able to process their whatever business they want to do, because you are adding value, you are contributing to the GDP in your own small way. You're not a multinational with billions, but the 5, 10, 15, 20 guys who come to your factory, that night they will not sleep hungry. And if you have orders, you have distributors left, right, and center calling to say, send us a ton, send us a ton. You are contributing to creation of jobs. And if you look at Africa, we have a youthful population. At the base of the pyramid, you have a very, very wide base. And these people are waiting for people in the diaspora. Wale wameona mbele, tunasema maju. Wale wameenda maju to create solutions for our continent. And surely this is one of the ways. So the other thing is that Kenyan coffee is used to improve and spruce up coffees from other parts of the world. Our coffee is grown along the equator, along the Rift Valley. Those two phenomena, geographical phenomena, don't occur everywhere in the world. The coffee belt is along the equator, but the Rift Valley just runs from there in Syria and ends in Zimbabwe, I think. It's a very short geographical phenomenon. Now, the climatic conditions around the equator and the intersection with the Rift Valley, they give rise to wonderful, wonderful climatic conditions. That is why our tea is good, our coffee is good, our fruits are the best, our flowers are superb, because God has given us the gift of nature in our country and those countries along the coffee belt. So when you're now drinking a cup from a Kenyan single source, from a Kenyan farm or from Kenya that's not diluted with other countries, then you get the best value with those 17 health benefits, which I'll share with you online. And then it's a better health product for you. So it's nice if you are trading in pure Kenya coffee. And when you go to the New York Coffee Exchange and you type in and say, I have 1,000 bags of Kenyan coffee, immediately the price goes up by 20%. There is no discussion worldwide. You have a Kenyan product, the price goes up by 20% and above. That there's no discussion. The world knows. Our beans, you roast them badly, they still taste good. You keep them, you forget about them, you come back, you roast them, they still taste good. You are a bad roaster, your machine, they taste good. So the Kenyan coffee, the resilience of our beans is amazing. So everyone knows you place the Kenyan bean on the market, the index goes up. And that is good for us. But that index going up is never translated back to the farmer. It's not translated back to our economies. It's not translated back to our GDPs. That is the conversation we need to have. How can we have these benefits coming back home? And it is in the hands of the women, I said. Sasa tuchukue usukani, we go, we take charge, and we bring it back home, because home is where our hearts are and where the coffee grows. Thank you.
Wow. That was so powerful, talking about your product and and what it brings to them. And are you still gonna tell us what coffee has to bring? Because for me, I thought coffee. Anyway, I take coffee because I said it's there. It's quick to achieve, and here in Europe, and it's a shame. I don't know where it's made. And also tell us also your coffee, because Kenya coffee is Arabica, as you say,
Yes.
so that people can also understand that your
Yes.
coffee is. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about your product, the Eva coffee. It's pure or
Yes.
is it mixed and all that? Just let people
Yes.
know.
Yes, I'll let you. Thank you for reminding me that I get so passionate about the policy issues. I
I know, I
forget so
noticed.
much
You
later.
forget your product.
I
We are
forget
in
my
business,
product
my
and drink
dear.
it. Yes, our coffee, our Kenyan coffee, like I've described, is grown in the best climatic conditions. We have more than 700,000 farmer families in Kenya that supply us with the coffees. Um, it is harvested twice a year, but we have produce throughout the year because we take from different parts of the country, and each part has its own. Like right now, we have coffees from Central Province. In December, we had from Meru, where I come from. As we go towards April, we're going to get coffees from Nakuru, going down towards the Rift Valley. Our coffees, we have the Simba Premium Coffee, which is our double A top quality product. The Simba, I should have carried it here, but I'll share it. The Simba is your top quality product in the world. It is roasted in medium roasts, and you can do a fine grind, and it really uplifts you. If you have this assignment and you're feeling lazy, you're feeling, take a cup of double A. You sharpen up, it cleans your toxins. You go to the small room, you get out the toxins, and you're charged, you're ready to go. So double A is your workaholic drink. Now we have, and it's a Simba, the lion in you growls, when you
Wow.
take of Simba. Then we have the eighth wonder. It is called the pea berry. It is creamy. It is rich. We call it the champagne of coffee. That drink, you take it and you relax. It's like taking a glass of wine. Kenyan coffee, when it's undiluted, well roasted, well blended and ground for you and brewed to perfection, is actually like taking a glass of wine. And so our eighth wonder, we call it the eighth wonder, is our peaberry cup. Awesome. You feel like you want to drink it, isn't it? I'll send it to
I
you.
know.
And then we have our espresso cup. This is like the tough one, the one that you want to take, and then you feel, yeah, I've had a cup. So this is the espresso. We call it the Kenyan athlete brand. We have branded it like Kipchoge Keino. The guy of Ineos 159, or was it under 59 something? So that is, and I'll get them down for you just now. I'll show you the packaging. And that one, you take it and you can really work very hard. So the peaberry, the eighth one, that makes you relax. The Simba makes you really a smarty. You think upstairs. But the espresso, the athlete, it gives you energy now to push it. Like if you have a journey or you have a tough thing to do physically, this is your drink. So those are our three signature packages. We also have the women's coffee. We call it Highlands. It is our very special, of all the products we sell. In the few places we supply. First of all, the women's coffee. We have a picture of the women there. The women's coffee moves. Then the athlete moves. Then they are asking, what is this Simba business? So, that's how we branded our coffees. We also have the Ndovu, the elephant. My grandfather was, his name was Njogu. So we named it in his honor, elephant. And it is made from the elephant beans, the big fat ones. There are some big fat beans. Only 5% of farms can produce them. And it is also a premium drink. It's like those wines. I have some clients in the Middle East. They call to ask for elephant. They don't want Peaberry, they say it's wonderful. The eighth wonder is nice. The athlete is beautiful. The women is a good story. They want the elephant. They have a spiritual uplifting when they take a cup of elephants. Yeah, so those are our brands. I can step in briefly and bring them if that's okay. But
that's okay. Just go get them. Go get them as I bring others. If you're here for marketing your product, people get to
yes,
know. I'm so proud of women like you. We are here. Show us your products. I know you're
thank
in
you.
the shop right now. So thank you
Yes.
everyone who's listening there. As you can see on there, it's about the Eva's Coffee. We are happy that you're here with us. I'm going to share out also with other people all over so that they can join us right now. Ask your questions as we go on. It's about trading. Do you want to involve in the export import of coffee? Why should we add value to our African products? And how do you do it? You can only learn from other people who are doing it already. So that's why I invite you here to ask your question, learn something new, maybe even a new business. If you're in Europe, some of you have been affected by COVID-19, you lost your job. Maybe this is a time to start supporting Africa continent with the export import. So if you want to know about us, you can see us on African Women in Trade. We have an organization of women who are trading among each other in the continent, and so happy to have you here as well. And share this information as much as well. If you want to reach us, of course, you can always reach us. So thank you so much for being here with us. And I can see Madam has brought her product because we are here to show you what she does, because she has done amazing work. She's involved with the trading, export, import of coffee, done her research, done 125 steps. Can you imagine, in Kenya to get this product out? So I'm not scaring you, it's doable. But as you heard, it's beautiful after you accomplish that. Then you can trade anywhere, and she's doing quite well. And looking forward to also sharing with more people this experience. And yeah, she'll tell us more how we can get involved as well. So go ahead, show us your product, and I encourage listeners, if you have any questions, feel free to add on the chat as we go on. And I'm so delighted for those ones who are here already. Go ahead, show us your products.
Great, thank you, Joy. Here is, gosh, I'm trying to figure out where is the camera.
Yes, there.
So you can see this is our athletes. What can you see? A Kenyan man running, winning, and
oh, beautiful. Yes, we see that now. Yes.
this is our fastest moving good because people like it. The people like the Kenyan flag, they like the runners, and most of these beans also come from the Rift Valley. So you're sure that you're taking the drink of winners. So if you want to sell it already, you can see you don't have to work very hard with the branding. You just have to figure out where the marathon is. The London Marathon, the Boston Marathon, whatever marathon, and go and distribute it over there. So this is our athlete brand.
So that
right?
brand, just to be precise, is it the beans or the powder?
This comes in powder.
Okay.
But we can also pack beans. You see, beans are the ground powder. Yes. So this is our one of our signature products. Then we have the Simba. You can see the lion.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, and it is also, you remember on the emblem of the Kenyan government, we have the lions there. So this is the heart of Kenya, and this is your double A. This is, really top quality product. Then we have something we call private label. Private label, you can see here, produced for the DCI, National Police Service Kenya. DCI, George Kinoti saw this and he wanted it for his gift packs. So we produced for him, and he wanted the flag, he wanted the mountain, he wanted Eva's Coffee Kenya, he wanted the police logo. So we have what is called private label.
Oh, cool. I can have my face there as well. Joy Coffee.
Yes. Oh, yes. We will do that for you. So,
I want that. That's a good idea.
Yeah. So these even African women in trade can have their logo there.
Oh, now we are talking business. You guys,
Yes,
we are talking business here as you listen to us. That's how
yes,
the business starts. Also, you can also
yeah,
start learning how when
yes.
to did Gonia. Okay.
And this is we prepared for him a double a double A, like really the top in the whole country. So this is something we can talk about. If you want to be a distributor, we can do your private label. We'll only put our logo so that we cover you for the licenses. So you're not doing counterfeit trading. We said we unlock ourselves from the yoke of informality.
And it's also EU license, right?
Yeah, so we have our licenses at the back here. If you see them, we have cabs and we have a barcode. Let me see the later ones. Yeah, we have our cabs. You can see there our barcode, our recyclable, our environmental friendly. These are all products of a lot of research. We make sure it's a flag of Kenya right here, the heritage of Africa, etc. And every time people from Export Promotion Council or KEBS see this packaging, it is done, by the way, in our company. We don't import the packaging. They say they want it written produce of Kenya, and we put like the government. I'm saying this is not a government product. This is just my farmers. They say, no, you're promoting Kenyan trade, so you need to put products of produce of Kenya somewhere.
I
So in
agree
the
with
next,
them. I agree with them fully. I agree with them fully. They should own the rights of the
yeah, so the
root
next
of
challenge,
origin, we call
of,
that. I got
yes,
to learn that.
yes. Yes. So that's the packaging I have. Oh yes, I have just one more minute. I
I'm
couldn't figure
interested with
out
the
where.
women coffee. Show us the women coffee as well.
I'm
So
trying to
thank you,
figure out.
everyone. We are like, sort of like marketing here, and ask your question as we go on as well. Ask yours. I'm asking mine. You ask yours, because it's all about trading here and what is there for you. So I'm bringing you. I'm in Germany, and she's in Kenya right now doing coffee. That's her brand. How can you get involved in marketing African products apart from just how to get into this in the community of traders? So you can really put your questions there, and I'll go through them after she has finished showing us the product, because this is your chance to get an opportunity. As I said, opportunities come all the time. When do you grab them? And I encourage African women in Europe supporting our women in trade. If you're out there and you need to export, reach out to me anytime. I will really connect you with Eva as well as myself. I'm also very interested with the coffees because I am also a coffee drinker, and I would like to support the African women in trade doing a lot of businesses in the continent. So ask your question as we go on, and you can see if you are in Europe and you want to connect with us, that's our platform. And I also encourage you to join other women in trade doing amazing work outside there. And they are doing a very, very profitable work. And we encourage you to check on our platform, African Women in Trade. You will find all these business women doing amazing work, and you can support in not only in coffee. Next week we'll be here with tea, so I'm giving you the overview about it. So I'm sharing with you here, as I said, ask your questions as we go on. And it's all about Eva's coffee here. As you can see, that's her logo. She's bringing up her products in a few seconds so that you can all see. Just make sure that you are aware of her products, her website as well. You can check out on her website. And it's Eva's Coffee. But if you have any questions, reach out to us anytime. So that's how to really get to know what products are there. We are doing this every other week, every other Monday with a new product. So feel free to join us here as we promote women and connect with the women, because we bring the real women who are doing real business at the moment. So yeah, welcome back. And you want to show us one more thing before we go to the questions. Feel free to ask your
Yes,
questions. I'm seeing questions are coming. Thank you.
yes,
Keep
yes.
throwing them there. We'll go through all of them one by one.
Yeah, thank you very much, Joy, for holding brief. As I was saying, the women's product is one of our fastest moving products. What I've managed to get in this store shop is the package. So I'll share with you the package when it's done, so that you see the picture of the women, how we venerate the women. Um, if you look carefully here, you see the women going up to the mountain carrying coffee on their backs. Can you see that clearly? There are the women going, but I can share this. So this is the Highlands, the women's coffee. This is the packaging. We have not yet packaged because we ran out completely ran out.
The women bought the
Yeah,
coffee.
the women's coffee, it runs out completely. We had a sale on Sunday, and yesterday was it, at the
Yes,
farm
yes.
at Spring Valley. One of our distributors said, bring the women's coffee. So today was Monday. I hadn't gone because I was preparing for this, but we have the packages right there, and we're gonna go roast and pack. But this is our fastest moving good, the women's coffee. Oh,
I
it moves.
love that. Women coffee. Made
Yes,
by women,
yes,
produced for women.
yes. So
As
so
well,
this is
it's powder or seeds.
both. You can get it in powder. Sorry, we can get it in powder. You can also get it. So when we pack, I told you we do all the preparation here. This is what our original packaging looks like. And then we seal it and shape it and do all the beautiful things. So these are jobs. There's somebody who's coming to do this packaging. So we create jobs, and then we fill it up hygienically, and the women's coffee will be ready for distribution. And the market, and I got a lot of emails from supermarkets saying, Eva, we've run out of the women's coffee, we've run out of the athletes' coffee, please bring more. So this and
The
this,
demand, the demand is
the
there.
demand is amazing because people connect. They connect very closely with their moms, with their homes. Then the last one is this is a sachet. We thought when we produced it, it was going to be the hit. It's a 5 milligram package, but I tell you, it cannot get halfway to the women's sales and the athletes, the Kenyan thing.
Wow.
So we probably need to redo the packaging and put a woman's face, and it will work.
So
It will do the magic.
put women
Yes,
definitely. It's the best way. I mean, and I love to hear that it's even selling in the continent. You don't need
yes,
to. I know you want to sell in outside, and now where I'm so interested in now, I'm going to the next question as we go. Keep throwing your questions. Feel free to throw those questions in. Today it's about coffee. I love this discussion because we are beginning, even doing business along the way. I love this. So it's all about getting to know your product. Ask your questions, and I'm gonna go through with them. So just to make sure we have to talk about this product. You talk about for me as an African woman, I'm really especially working with the women in trade. I'm encouraging export import in the not export import, but selling the product in the continent. So
yes.
if you are selling the product in the continent, now that you're selling now in Kenya, already you have a lot of people interested, running out of stock, meaning that there is an interest with our own people now than before. Remember the colonialism we talked about? Now we
Yes.
are off it. People are already enjoying taking coffee now. So how about exporting it to South Africa? How about exporting it to Uganda? How about exporting it to Egypt, where I'm sure there are the people who take coffee? How can we encourage that? And how are you encouraging this intercontinental trade? Because we have the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, we shouldn't not forget. You've added the value, the coffee is ready. Because I'm encouraging a lot of women in the continent to start trading. First of all, are the licenses the same as the ones you have right now? Is it gonna be easier for you to import coffee in the continent in the future with the free continental area? So package that question in that figure of intercontinental trading.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much. The free trade area is a very exciting opportunity, extremely exciting for people like myself. Because in the heart of all the work I do, at the heart of all the work I do, is the love for my people. my people of Africa, my people in Kenya, and more closely home in Meru. So you're asking something that's very near and dear to my heart. I attend, because I'm a member of the Chambers of Commerce, we try to use events around the countries, Uganda, Tanzania, Egypt, to attend expos within the continent. The beautiful thing about trading with Africa is that this is an emerging market for the African traders. It is an existing market for other traders from other parts of the continent. But for us, Africans, it is an emerging market. When you go to Europe with your coffee or the US, those are mature markets. They are set in their ways. They are already, they have deals that are running for 200 years. How are they going to start giving you a seat on the table when they've been running, these partnerships for 200 years? You really are an outsider. But for me, it is exciting that we, the Africans, are going to start entering our own markets with our own products on our own terms. And I'll tell you, when you're doing international trade, there are lots of nuances that are unspoken: racism, religion, gender, economic power, all those little things. So if I'm a woman a Black Christian African woman without a scarf going to sell my wares in the Middle East, the nuances there already are, they are already against. Yeah. So working in Africa is going to be easier culturally. It's going to be easier culturally. It's going to be easier religiously. It's going to be easier, I hope, in gender, if we all move in big numbers, So we need to grab it. The question is, logistically, are we ready? Because if Africa has been trading with Europe and the Middle East and America since we read in history, Said, or somebody like that, they have trading routes. They know which ship is coming here. But when we start trading with the Congo, with the Cameroons, with the Benin, do we have a trade route? Except the one a guy called Mansa Musa used on his way to Mecca for some pilgrimage. Which we probably never know where he passed through. But do we have trading routes? Can I load my coffee at Road C in the South Sea, and it is shushed to Uganda, to Rwanda, to Burundi? Can I get, now that I'm doing coffee, can I order cocoa beans from Ivory Coast, and they come down at Road C? I pick them, go add my value, and put them down in the market. Those will be the tough questions we need to ask as traders. Yes, we are opening up this market. Is the logistics in place? The warehousing, the border points. What about someone telling you you have the kefis from Kenya? Where is the kefis from my country? How are we making those easier? Currency. Yes, I can trade in dollars, I can trade in euros. Are we going to trade in the currency of which country do we know? Ugandan shillings, for instance. What is the exchange rate between a Kenyan shilling and a Ugandan shilling? Surely we all know it is not the same. I don't know which one is stronger, but those are the discussions we need to bring on that table. So if you're asking me to send my produce to, I had somebody in Mozambique, and they were telling me, Eva, our coffee, we're importing coffee from Brazil. I'm thinking surely Brazil is one ocean away. Mozambique is just Tanzania, Zambia, and I'm in. But getting that coffee, I had to fly it via KQ. Now, when you fly it, is more expensive. I'm asking, isn't there a shipping line that, docks from Mombasa down there? Maybe not.
Well, there is more coming, yeah.
Yeah, and then my friend told me, oh, my brother is now the ambassador to Angola. There's people going to Angola. Somebody else saying, oh, my brother is a pastor in Botswana. Can I deliver coffee to Botswana? Exciting, isn't it? Super exciting. But now when you think about the trade routes, the ship leaves Mombasa, it's going down the Cape of Good Hope. By the time it comes to Angola, it's halfway towards Europe. And perhaps even that ship was going to Europe anyway, and they tell you have to pay the full fee to Europe because then you know you're disturbing them. So those are the conversations. Those are the conversations we need to be having. Are we having railway lines crossing from different towns, different East Africa to South Africa, Central Africa to East Africa? And I love the fact that we have the what are they called? The train. SGR. The SGR. It is now moving my produce from Nairobi to Mombasa. I don't worry. Loading the container, it will go. But before I had to get a truck and a policeman and a CID and drive behind, because then it gets to Mololongo, you might be swapped for sand, you know, all those risks. So when we are saying the Continental Free Trade Area is very exciting, but we must look at the infrastructure. We must look at the exchange rates. We must look at where we will the licenses that you mentioned, the clearance at the border. Remember, even if we are fighting for clearance at the border to be made easy, even the people that will take Eva's coffee and counterfeit it and put it in the market have not gone home. They are here with us. So we are saying, while we are making it easy, we also need to make it safe for the people who have honestly done the 125 steps, not those who are waiting for you. 125 steps they take, they go behind there, Kirinyaga Road, they do their thing, and then suddenly your distributor is telling you, we've stocked your produce. The women's coffee is here. You're thinking, from who? Kumbe, there was someone else sitting there waiting for you to do all the hard work. Those counterfeit, we need to protect our manufacturers with laws and regulations, but also don't make those ones rule the marketplace. The marketplace has to be protected, yes, but also enabling. Yeah, thank you.
Wow. Those are very valid points there. I hope you all took them. I was really thinking in and listening because I want to hear how your experience in terms of inter-trading in the continent. As you said, yes, we have issues with the transport or how do we send this product? Do we send it by ship? But I can see a lot of the harbors are being built Tanzania, South Africa. Probably you get away with South Africa, Tanzania, or Kenya border there. And some continents in between, but it seems to be a very organized. It's gonna be prepared in a way. I'd say the security part as well. I can't imagine if you are in Kenya and you need to get a product from the harbor to another country that means you have another truck going on. So you need to organize like security or whatever on that, which is gonna be very tough. So I agree with you completely. But this area, I like you said, it's emerging markets. This is an opportunity for diaspora there. If you have figured it out, if you can be the one to pave the way, you will be the person we will be like running and really really getting the trademark of being the person behind the opening of this trading in the intercontinental. So that is very important. So I can see 1 hour is almost going. The questions are being thrown here, so get ready. Now I'm gonna go now to the questions. I have so many, but we'll do it sidelines. But I have really gotten enough for you people here. Let's start. Let me start all the way up there. I can see a lot of people here saying, let me start not to miss any from all the way top. Okay. How can we buy the coffee? I think we answered that, but it came very early, but you can also answer that.
Yeah, thank you. You can contact me directly. eva@evascoffee.co.ke. You can also go to our website and contact us. You can go to our Facebook page and contact us. Our Facebook page, Eva's Coffee Kenya, is linked to my WhatsApp number, so it will come directly to me. Send me a WhatsApp, send me an email, send your request. We will sell and deliver to you wherever you are worldwide. Thank you.
Wow, fantastic. You can also reach out to us if you don't find her in any way. We are happy to connect you with her. And so you will answer that question. Let's see, how do we please get some in the UK? I think it's the same conversation from Rehema. That's the same way. Reach out to go to the website or even contact us from African Women in Trade. We can connect you with her. Yeah,
Yes.
somebody saying there is a lot of go back more to the internet. Okay, there's another one here from another. How much does it cost to order some
Some
in
beans.
beans, Simba, private label, and marathon man? This one also was so detailed to hear the details. This is good. Germany, let's do the Awe private label. I love that. I love that.
Yay!
I have the African community. We that one we're gonna go for it. But let's
Yes.
answer the question: how does it cost to order some in beans? But maybe this is
Great.
more specific because your
Yeah.
website has that.
Yes. Yeah. My website has the prices. Our beans, when we do your private label, so there are three levels of it. There's the logistics. We need to figure that out. Depending on the quality, maybe we can do DHL, we can put in an airline. If it's big enough, we can ship. Shipping is always the cheapest, it takes a little longer. We can also send by post office, which takes a month. A month, our coffee beans keep for up to 24 months, they're well sealed. So a month of waiting to get your label, you will not make a lot of noise for me. So once we have agreed on the method of shipping that is agreeable to you, then we charge a little bit because we have now, remember, we're also creating jobs for young people so that you send us your logo, your face, that one we charge separately. And then now our beans. Remember, our farmers are waiting to pay school fees. I love this conversation. So we would be able to give you a per kilo price, not too expensive, but fair enough to be able to accommodate all of us. And I think like this one I did for DCI, and I also sent to a professor in Norway. There's a professor in Norway that always buys 5 kilos of the athlete man. So I put his face next to the athlete man, and he feels like a runner. And
That's a good way. That's a good way.
yeah,
We're gonna maybe we the best way if you're in Europe and especially in Germany, you can order bulky. It makes it even easier for
yeah,
distribution in terms of we're going to arrange something like that if you're in Germany and we can order in bulk in a way it's easier for you to get the orders. That's a collective way of doing it. That's just a thought from my side. Yeah,
yes,
it's still not organized, but we can organize that now that we have
yes,
Eva, and she
yes,
will, as you said, the coffees are coming in powder or beans, so all this can be organized once we do it together. It's much better when you work together, as I always say. So there's another question here. What are the health benefits of the different coffees? Yes, I wanted to know that, and also combine it with another one here. When you say women coffee, what is it in for women? Because those two are very much related.
yes, 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 yes. Well, one of the things is it cleanses your liver. You know, your liver is what cleanses the entire body. So when you take the coffee, it and you can Google it. In fact, the other day I had gallstones. You know, gallstones, the ones that you have cholesterol. You know,
Gallstones, yes,
yeah.
yes.
So when I went to see the doctor, I said, take a cup of coffee. So that is good. It cleanses the liver. It cleans out the gallstone. Helps you with regulating the gallstones. It also removes toxins from your body. The double A Simba, the pea berry, any premium coffee is an antioxidant and it's an antitoxin. So it's very good for you. Um, so there's cleaning the liver, there's cleaning the toxins, there's cleaning the free radicals, that's an antioxidant. There is the one for keeping you alert. It also reduces your possibility for Alzheimer's disease. So that is
Ah,
why yeah, Alzheimer's disease. So, and you know, Alzheimer's has no known cure, but people say that if you take 1 or 2 cups of coffee every day, it reduces your chances of Alzheimer's disease because you keep stimulating the blood in your brain. And then the other one, which I know is quite controversial, is the one for the heart disease. If you're hypertensive, the doctor tells you don't take coffee, but they don't specify which one. If you do the marathon man, you know, the espresso, that's gonna give you a doof doof doof, because it
Yeah,
gives you
I
power.
know that. Some of
But
us
if
don't
you,
have strong hearts.
yeah, so yeah, strong hands. But if you're doing your premium double A, you're doing your pea berries and so on, your elephant, it is very easy because it cleans out the antioxidants in your system. So your heart beats faster. But there is a don't make it like that's all you're having. It's one or two twice a day. It's also good for weight loss. Yes, it's actually good for weight loss because once it cleans out the antioxidants, you tend to go to the small room and get out a lot of the stuff your body doesn't want to process. It is not caffeine free, but there is coffee that has been extracted caffeine. Decaffeinated coffee is available, although we have not reached that technology. If you have issues with caffeine, use the premium coffees, the Simbas, the Eighth Wonder. Use those. Even the Women Highland, the one that is powder. Use that one. When I first went into coffee, I was a person who had ulcers and acidity, and I was running away from coffee. So I went to Coffee Board, and somebody said, "Eva, have a cup of coffee." And I said, "No, I don't drink coffee." He asked me why. Because my acid, I don't know, I get a headache. He said, "Yeah, because you're drinking bad coffee. Let me give you good coffee." So he gave me a double A premium, freshly roasted, freshly brewed. I went, then I left after the first cup. I said, "Excuse me." I went to the small room, to the ladies. I cleansed out and then I came. I drank a whole thermos and nothing happened to me. So this is my own testimony.
I know that, especially it's good for digestion. I had this from one lady I was in Kenya, and if you have constipation or really had problems to go to the toilet, you take a very strong coffee, and
Yes,
it
yeah, that
pushes
one too.
everything out.
It's absolutely. It happened to me. And that person at Coffee Board was telling me, "Yeah, you're going to drink all this." So he was walking me through the double A, B, P berry, the elephant says, "Stick to those." Yeah. And then the others have their own markets. Yeah.
So
Like
all this
what we,
anyway, it's written on the package on your website so that people can
yes,
really read that,
yes,
isn't it?
yes, yes, yes. I
Okay.
can, yes. And I can even beef it up. Your questions are also, Joy, you put them together so that I'm able to do an FAQ, question, frequently asked questions, and put them up on the website so that people are relating to their
Okay.
interest.
So
Yeah.
I can see all the questions now are done. The other one is more congratulating Joy. Say thank you, Joy. Eva, huge insight in few minutes. Congrats for the great job. I'm also learning a lot. But I'm telling you, for coffee, you need a class. She's gonna prepare a class. Actually, we have an academy. I'll put you on spot. You're gonna offer
Yes,
us a class of coffee,
yes,
learning how the
yes,
coffees. That's something that we can do that. So I
yes.
think I don't see any other question. Is more comments. Interesting to know. There's quite a lot there. I visit you in Kenya.
Welcome. Be my
Yes.
guest. Be my guest.
Feel free anytime. Contact everyone there on the platform, and I can
Yes.
see quite interesting topic. Yes. Quite. Thank you, everyone who is here. I can see our members are also here. LC from Nigeria, welcome. This is a place to be about networking and exchanging. Great work, ma'am. Another home from Homestead,
Quickly.
Wekalinki.
Oh,
Welcome.
nice. Quickly.
Welcome. So thank you so much. And I can see somebody else from Germany. Yes, we're gonna be ordering stuff from Germany, as you can hear that. There's a lot of opportunities here. We are looking for a way of how to support as well, export, and also supporting the continent. And in terms of export and import, and as this area is being opened up and the free trade area is being possible, right now I think as what we've had, we can also stay with our area, East Africa, right? East Africa, I'm sure you're able to export within East Africa. You're able to
Yes.
export to Nigeria and all this. The
Yes.
cost maybe go high because of the flights, flight exports as well. So you'll be competing with Europe and Africa. So don't give up on Africa. Please put all your prizes on it, the continent, and they'll be happy to exchange on that. So before we close, let me thank everyone who have been able to join us today. We had so many questions, and maybe I just want to ask Eva before she goes. How can you encourage our women who want to join the value added chain supply? I mean, the value added processes, and in not only in coffee, but in mangoes, in there's so many things that I think there's no agribusiness that doesn't have a value added that they. How can you encourage them to go into this business?
Oh, please go right ahead. It is an open playground. It's an open checkbook. Go on and engage. Do your research very well. Get your numbers right. Get your steps right. If they're 125, just make sure you do your 125. First of all, get a value chain where you know the producers because you need a product. Secondly, get compliant. There is no shortcuts. Thirdly, get your financing right. And financing isn't a billion, Bob. It's something to get you running. And in terms of financing, and Joy is here with her academy, you need to teach us how to pitch to investors. There are people with extra cash lying around. How do we speak and connect to that ecosystem of investors? How do we get our corporate governance right? How do we get our math right? How do we get our records right? All that, how do we show our social impact? That Joy, I'll put right back to
We are
you.
very good on that. That's why we work as a group. That
Yes,
someone
yes,
pitch, bring their
yeah,
product, and the other one sells.
yes, yes. And then get your market linkages right. Belong to the right network of women and institutions that will support you. When I began doing business long before now, there were no business support systems. But the world has really come a long way, especially with the social media, with the presence of social media. Before getting onto media on the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation or KT knows, the reserve of the government and the multinationals and the NGOs. Now you can just tweet away and sell your marathon man, online. And so this is the best time in the history of mankind to want to do business because media is easy. It's a global world. Sitting here this afternoon in Nairobi having a conversation with Joy and people are listening from Nigeria, that is a miracle. 20 years ago, who would have thought that was going to be possible? So this is the best time in the history of mankind. It's an unprecedented time. You have technology on your side. You have business support systems on your side. You have globalization on your side. The small challenges that you face as a woman, just turn a deaf ear. Have your vision board very clear. Where do you want to be? I dreamed of this moment where I'll be speaking to people in Europe and telling them about women's coffee. And look, we are here. Have your vision board. It's going to come. It's going to happen. When you so badly want something, the universe will conspire and bring Joy Zenz your way.
That's why they brought you on my way.
Yeah, when you want something and you want it and you've been on your knees and spoken to God and said, I want this, it's going to come. Just keep chipping away. Some days you're full of energy and vision and encouragement. Some days you're thinking, no, wow, maybe I get a job. I get those, and let me talk about women and discouragement.
There are so many.
We are so, yeah, and it's okay. Allow discouragement to visit you, but don't let it make a home in your heart. It can visit you occasionally, and then you say goodbye, go back where you came from, and then go back to your work.
But we are also very good encouragers at the same time.
Exactly. But for ourselves, we are very critical of ourselves. So, yes. So both moderate that. So my encouragement, like I said, my parting shot, this is the best time in the history of mankind, to get into business, because the disruption of internet and social media gives us an excellent edge. I talk to multinationals and they don't know what to do about social media. They wish they could shut it down because it is disrupting business. They have invested heavily in media, and they are like a big elephant. By the time they can turn down their system. But as we have a chat one afternoon, Joy collect all the orders from this phone call, send all of them to Joy, Joy distribute, Joy send the money, finished. But if you're telling a multinational that has put up factories in 50 countries to turn things around, you're really asking them a lot of them. So this, a lot from them. So this is the right time in the history of mankind. Be at the forefront. Yeah.
Love that. It's
Yeah.
just, I love the technology. I've been in technology for over 15 years, and and I'm so happy everybody now is in the technology world, and we can all meet and interact. With that, those days we're trying to train people. Come on, let's learn about technology so that you all join in and be part of this. It was really hard. But now everybody is catching up, and some of us are already flying, and I know you are, you have been talking about this, trying to catch up with Joy, and
Joy. Joy, that's a joy. Yeah.
we have to learn and learn fast and go. Women, we have been given opportunities. I'm working from home for as
Yeah.
far as I remember, and so it's an opportunity to also support African women in trade. That's why I took this initiative, African Women in Trade, and I'm so happy. That's how I got to know Eva. If I didn't have it, I wouldn't have known you, and I'm knowing so many people along the way, and we are going
That's it.
to be bringing each guest every time here with you, using the technology as you had. This is our time. And if you don't grasp it now, as you had, they can also decide to shut those buttons and they say no more. In Kenya, no more this discussion like they're doing in China, right? They do it in China as well to limit it. So some countries will start limiting. Take the opportunities now. And yes, I'm happy to connected with you. The best way you can reach us, write to us an email, and then I can forward your interest and put it together so that that I can pass on to Eva. Eva is another lady with also quite a lot in the basket. But if you don't reach out to us, email us africawomenintrade@gmail.com, as well as also check on our website, which we are very happy to say that it has been there for more two months now, and we have over 200 women doing amazing businesses. But from now on, when you enter, you have to pay membership, because we want quality membership like this. When I bring a product to you, you're amazed and you're ready to go. It's a finished product that you can also be partner. So we are working with real businesses. So from actually today, the 1st of March was the time for membership fee. So if you want to join us and you have a product, go on and join us as well on our website. It's already open for you as well. So thank you so much, Eva. This is not our last conversation, so we're having another business conversation as we move from one step to another one. That's why I love this kind of connection, and I hope every one of you who be listening to this have something to take home and see how they can also be part of this, because we have to support our product. We are here in Europe. We don't need to see the Europeans talking about coffee, and we're here. We will represent you. We are diaspora. We know it better. We've harvested it. We've been grown up with this commodity. Let's be the people supporting our people. As you diaspora and there, I'm challenging you, African women in Europe, and you're gonna have a label, African Women Europe Coffee. I can't wait for that one. And I will be distributing to you guys so that we are a part of this great movement. And I tell you, I'm an action person. I don't say something I don't do. I think everybody who knows me, I have to be careful what comes out from my mouth, because it cannot be taken back. So, Eva, you're in trouble from now.
No, that is good trouble. Good trouble.
So grateful to learn so much here today.
Yeah.
So thank you. I would love to have this conversation, like having a coffee and tea, and really like chatting away, because so much information you're giving us today. So I want to thank you for your time. So all our listeners as well, And I can see there's those still orders still coming through, my dear. You would not believe it. You're still having orders coming in. I think we're gonna be starting sales on African women in trade slowly. A
Yes, yes,
marketplace where
good.
everybody comes in and do their orders, and you come in with your people to take the orders on the other side. I would like to
Awesome.
buy elephant to get rid of toxin, the Simba, the ones which boost health and weight reduction and promote it amongst ladies. Let's Thanks, dear. It's amazing. Yes, so much. So this product, because Eva cannot sell you one product to only one person, so we will be arranging how we can do this in the near future, whether we hold it and then send it to you. I'm happy to be part of the coffee, supporting women. It's something that I wanted to trade in, but I always say it's a mafia business. But now, if you are the mafia, then we are fine.
I
But
am the
we'll
man.
do value added. I'm not doing green coffees, only
Yes,
the finished products.
yes, yes,
I want to
yes,
promote value added products. That's the whole idea. So if you are in need of a value added product, finished, I'm happy to be part of this product with you. So thank you so much for today. And I want to wish you a good day as well, to continue with your sales. Happy to know the business is doing well despite the COVID. So that's a positive thing for you people on the ground. I know there's so much going on, and we're gonna continue connecting with you in the future. So just to maybe you can say bye-bye to my guests, because they're all waiting and listening and very tentative with details, and then we can also close slowly.
Okay, thank you very much, Joy. Asante sana. Everybody, thank you, and thank you indeed. Danke, goods in German, do you say? And
Dankeschön.
and merci beaucoup, and thank you very much indeed. It was a pleasure being here. It was really, I'm excited about the possibilities of working with African women in Europe to distribute and, place the orders. Joy, here we go. Here we go. Gamings, the ball is in your courts.
Don't
We're
worry,
here.
don't worry. We'll figure it out
Yes,
together.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Asante, God bless you so much. Have
Okay.
a blessed afternoon.
You too, you too. Bye for now. Thank you so much for those ones who have joined us. It was really a pleasure to have you. Today was coffee. Every time we bring you a new guest, my co-host today couldn't join. She's not feeling well, but she'll be here again with us. And we'll be talking about product. Next time is tea. If you are in the tea industry and you want to join our discussion, we want to hear more about you, so that also everybody know what is there. We have every week a different topic coming up. As I mentioned, we'll be having tea. We also have oils. We'll be having youth discussions. Quite a lot of discussions that are coming up every other Monday. So thank you so much, and I wish you a good beginning of the month, the March. I know March has been the first time that we were hit with COVID. We are reaching now 1 year. Who would have known we'd be here by this time? But we are doing it well. We are using the technology to reach each other. So I want you to extend to you, please, let's use the opportunity here to network and support each other in all ways. And you can check out on African Women in Trade. African Women in Trade has already been opened from this month. We have membership fee. If you want to even sponsor our event, as I said, our organization is a social business. We are not an NGO. So we'll be working only with our members and really in business concept. And that's the way to bring the support in the continent. And I believe that's the way to build the continent in the near future. Thank you so much. And I wish you a lovely evening. And I'll leave you with a video here from one of our members who made it for us. And see you again next Monday. Have a lovely week and a successful business week. Good day.